we're talking about game day goodies, and let me tell you, we're in the kitchen with a guy who knows all about that. That topic is right up his alley. He is the executive chef over at Lambeau Field. Known him for years, Leo Dominguez. Good to see you, Leo.
Good to see you, Amy.
I have to tell you, the food has come a long way since you moved in over there.
It has, that's right.
Wow. How many people do you cook for on game day?
Well, that's a tough question. I actually get asked that a lot. 72,000 in the stadium.
Wow.
So, you break that down, club level, 176 suites. I don't know exact number, but it's in the thousands. It's up there,
I've actually, Leo's taken me through the kitchen, and how fun is that? It's just like butter and cream and cheese and everything is just monster. It's so
a lot of
cool.
everything.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And then a lot of people don't know that, besides the brats and the chili and the normal stuff you serve, if you know somebody in those more expensive seats, I've yet to be invited up there, but man, you put on some serious spreads up there.
We really do.
You go a little gourmet.
We do. We have a very extensive menu in our suites. Anything from bratwurst, burgers, dogs, all the way up to a chef in your suite, carving tenderloin, carving turkey, you name it, everything in between.
I want to be at that party. And then you cook for the players, too, the team?
We do. We cook for the players and the coaches every day, breakfast and lunch.
And a lot of special orders. I know some of the team, members can't eat certain things.
Right.
So
not a lot of special orders. We just try to give them a variety.
Okay.
So we make sure there's a variety every meal, and then they can kind of pick and choose. And we certainly will accommodate any special orders, but I think with the variety we give, we pretty much cover everybody.
I was there one morning when the team got there, and they were eating. It was just really kind of cool. And, of course, the coaches and things like that. So I'm sure he's got a lot of good stuff to tell, but I can usually never get it out of him. But super excited because Curly's is where our October big night out is going to be. So once a month, we have decided to try out some new wonderful restaurants. Well, not new, but just maybe that new to you or that you haven't been in a while. And the restaurants are pulling out all the stops. So it's a great opportunity to try a place that maybe you've never been to before, or it's been a while since you've been. And they go all out and put on the best of the best. So our next big night out is Wednesday, October 27th. That's our October one. And it's at Curly's at Lambeau Field. So great atmosphere, and Leo's going to kind of go through the food. Wow, I'm totally excited, pumped for this menu. So, Leo, let's start out with course number one.
Okay. Well, Amy, as I was telling you earlier, we tried to do like a taste of Curly's with this menu.
Right.
So just a little touch on each course. So we're doing 5 courses. Starting off with our appetizers. It's actually one of our new appetizers this year. I don't think you've ever seen this one. It's our barbecue chicken flatbread. We actually have 3 flatbreads on the menu. We have the barbecue chicken. We have a Wisconsin flatbread that's topped with grilled bratwurst and Wisconsin cheddar cheese.
Fun.
And then we also have a sort of a bruschetta, tomato basil flatbread as well. But we're offering the barbecue chicken one for this one.
Little cilantro
little
on
fresh
there.
cilantro, barbecue sauce, and a nice crispy flatbread. It's a great dish.
I love flatbreads because they're just like a real thin, crispy pizza.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
Great way to start the night with a beer. Got to have a beer.
Yeah. And one thing I did fail to mention is that we are pairing each course with a different Leinenkugel or Miller product.
Fun.
So appetizer course is done with the Miller High Life.
Okay. And now for the soup.
The soup. That's our Curly's famous beer cheese soup. I know that's one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Beer cheese soup topped with a little cheddar cheese and a couple rye bread croutons there. And that is served with our Curly's ale. It's our special Curly's ale that Miller brews for us.
Yum, yum, yum. Salad?
That's a good one. Salad. That's our Italian chopped salad. That's one of our feature salads at Curly's Pub. It's a great item. It's got some pasta in it. Some ditalini pasta, blue cheese, grape tomatoes, red onion, a really nice vinaigrette.
Yum.
It's just a great salad. So it's actually a meal in a salad.
The salads at Curly's are huge. So if I go for lunch, it's like split it with a friend. The main course, I see some mac and cheese over there.
Yeah. If you're not telling a theme here, it's beer cheese mac and cheese. So we got our beer and our cheese covered. It's actually one of our entrees at Curly's Pub. But for the big night out, we've paired it up with our steak as a side dish. So it's a side dish of our beer cheese, macaroni and cheese, and we're doing that with a New York strip steak and some fresh haricot vert green beans.
Got to get some veggies in there.
Yeah.
And for dessert.
For dessert. Another new item that I don't think you've seen yet.
No,
this is our chocolate chip cookie skillet. We bake the chocolate chip cookie, directly in the skillet, topped with the French vanilla ice cream, caramel sauce, chocolate sauce, and a little bit of whipped cream. So it actually comes out to your table warm. It's really good.
Now we're
and
talking.
That's served with one of our Curly's specialty coffee drinks, the Black Forest coffee.
How fun is that? So all this food, I think that I will have to be wheeled on out to the car after.
I think
but
so.
What a great night, $50. So you know, not only the restaurant's going all out, they're doing it at a really great price. But we got to do some cooking here. We've got a big game Monday night, and this is a fun recipe. You actually serve this at the concession stands?
We do. This is a new item that we just rolled out last week. Levy Restaurants created this. We're serving it in 2 of our general concession stands and in 1 of our club-level concession stands on the 6th floor in the north end zone. It's the big cheese.
I love the name.
Rip and dip, they call it. So
now we're
you
talking.
rip it and you dip it. It's served on a focaccia bread. We're going to make the spread here.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so I've got the focaccia.
Okay.
And, you know, it may not be the easiest bread to find. French bread, any type of unsliced loaf, I think, would work. Slice it right in half.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead. We've got mayonnaise.
This is the real stuff.
The real stuff, yep.
No skimping on that.
No.
That's what smells so good.
Yeah, it is. And then I've got 3 cheeses, Amy. I've got Asiago, Parmesan, and Romano.
Ooh,
okay.
yum.
The Asiago is kind of the star of this dish. It's really got a lot of great flavor.
I've been smelling this all morning. And it just,
yeah, it really does.
Wow, wow.
Our Parmesan cheese, which is going to add a little bit of the saltiness to the dish. So I normally tell everyone to season everything, but with the saltiness of the cheese, you know, I don't think we need to. No.
Okay.
And the Romano cheese, we're doing about 2 ounces of Romano, and then we're going to save about 1 ounce, and we're going to put it on top before we go in the oven.
Just so nice and brown.
Yeah, nice and brown. I've got fresh parsley.
Okay. It looks pretty in there.
A little bit of chopped garlic. And that's, you know, that's to taste. You know, some people like it more garlic than others.
Yeah.
And then I just have a little bit of dried oregano.
That's easy enough.
Yeah. Really simple and really tasty. It's just a great dish.
I can tell. What about making the spread like a little bit ahead of time? You know, it's game day, you want to be watching the TV.
Definitely.
Could you do that? Park that in the fridge, keep it covered, and then toast these up?
You could, yeah. You could, and then you could spread it right on your bread, right in the oven. Broiler, I recommend.
Okay.
I know on my recipe it says, I think 375. That will work, but the color that it gets from the broiler is really nice, and I'll show you that in a second. So,
generous with this?
Yeah,
Don't be skimping
Don't
on
be
the
skimping.
top.
The only thing I've seen is if you're too generous around the edges, when it bakes, you're gonna get a little overflow.
Okay.
Just to wipe up the oven a little bit.
Deb doesn't like that when I do that, so I'll try. I'll try and stick in the middle. But oh man, does this look a good one? So what during the game, Leo? Do you ever get to see the game? do you DVR it? How does that work?
I do DVR it, to be honest with you. No, I try to make it a point to somehow or another catch kickoff. And that's pretty much about all I see.
You just kind of know by the screaming and the oohs and the ahs and the tears.
Thank goodness for all the TVs throughout land, but at least I know where we're at in the game and who's winning and that type of thing.
What a cool job. Did you ever think that you'd be doing that?
No, I really didn't. You know, it's just it's such a neat and interesting niche in the industry, you know, that a lot of people don't even realize exists. So
very, very cool.
It is very great job.
All right, so a little bit of the Romano
on top. Yep.
Into the oven, and Leo just, as you heard, he likes to broil it. Be careful, though. Don't be walking away and watching that game when you broil it, because you don't want to be burning it. So, oh my golly. Here it is. The big cheese, rip and dip. Serve it with marinara and ranch.
Marinara and ranch for dipping.
So, yum.
You can slice it up if you like, or like I said, just rip it and dip it, and it's a great item.
Always great to see you.
Thanks, Amy.
Go
Thanks
Pack. It's looking good this year. So